What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Suburban Nerd. This is the channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. Also give reviews on TV shows. And today's TV show, as you guys can see in the title, I'm giving a review on Season 2 of The Gifted, Episode 11, titled moMento. And I was thinking about doing it like the way that old movie moMento done by Christopher Nolan, but then it'll be a little bit too confusing going from the backwards forward. So I'm just gonna tell you guys how this food. But if you guys haven't seen this before, I go and do a quick recap off the top of my head of the episode, give my opinions on certain things that's going on in the episode, and then just say what I gotta say. And remember, if you like what I do on this video, remember to put those notifications on, like, and subscribe. So first, we're going to start off with what happens in the episode. The episode starts off with back in, 1985 or something like that. No, was it 1885, I believe? Or it was at some time. It's in Louisiana. The Von Strucker shows up with, because he wants to get a box made, moMento. Because what happened is they show early that his sister, one of the Von Struckers, she dies. She gets shot when they're going on attack or something. He goes, the guy's trying to sell him. The guy that made it for him, he's like, yo, any chance you might want to, sell this, because this is a great piece of art that you had me do. And he's like, nah, I'm cool. Bam, and then pretty much just takes out the guy. And I'm like, damn, this is cool. I guess he doesn't want any, witnesses of something that he wanted made. And then you go and jumps to the crew, or the underground, as you could call it, or what it may be called, because there's only Reed, Kate, Captain Lightbright, aka Marcus, and Blink, and they're all talking and they're trying to figure out what to do next. And it's and then a wife, Kate, she's like, yo, you got to find the underground, get all this thing, because we need to take on the inner circle, because they got my son. We got to do this. And they're like, oh, ho, slow down. We ain't got no underground like you say we do. We haven't gotten in contact with them in days. So I don't know what you're thinking. And she was like, well, bang down the doors and find them, and let's do this. And I'm like, okay. Kate's just, she's definitely more aggressive than back in the first season. She's on it now. And so they jump over to Reva, and we go and see what Reva's been doing. And Reva's apparently been recruiting. She's been recruiting all these fugitives, whatever, that were locked up. And I'm not saying all of them were bad, but the ones that she chose happened to be bad, because apparently they massacred a cruise liner or a ship or something like that, and just killed everybody, including women, children, whatever. So they're not good news. And Lorna kind of feels some sort of way about this, so she doesn't want to do it. And Reva tells her yo, you know what? Your job is to, just be, you're the one on top, because you're royalty. Your job is to build, to break things down. Her job is to build things up, not just with the power, but also metaphorically, as far as the mutants to follow her, because to them she's royalty. So that's going down. What happens next is you got she ain't feeling that, so she goes, and on Marcus's way to try and find out some information, he gets basically the car gets taken over, and he gets pulled to an alley in which he meets up with Lorna. And Lorna's like, yo, I need you to help me. And he feels a certain way. He's cursing her out yo, first of all, you come in, you go to the inner circle, then you have your baby without me, you have me come up and heal him, and then you have me bring her away. You come for me for help for this and that, yo, I'm not your puppet. I don't want to do this. She was like, she's begging, she's apologizing. She's like, I signed up to do good, whatever, so there's collateral damage, but what these people did, they're not good. And she said if Reva's bringing them in, it has to be something that's going to be so horrific that's going to shock the world and make them listen. And she ain't trying to be part of that. So she goes and asks him for help. And at first, I was like, why are you asking him for help? What's he going to do with his light bright fingers? What's going to give him more, third degree burns again? But then you see that it isn't really him, but it's connections. Whatever he can do, because she's asking him and begging him and pleading for help, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Meanwhile, you've got Jace. He's meeting up the guy Ryan, the one that's a news reporter, and he's trying to tell him yo, I found these people that were these mutants or whatever, supposedly dead. They're alive. You need to tell the world. You need to tell people. And then Ryan guy's like, yo, just hold on. I want you to be the face. We're gonna do some things. We're gonna do it my way first, and then after you get all the people and Americans behind you, then we can go and they'll tell a story. And at first I'm like, yeah, but like, wouldn't that be part of the same thing? But you find out later why that ain't happening. So that goes down. Then you've got the von Struckers or whatever. The daughter, she's going into the history. She's going through the thing. And yo, like I said, I called it. Look in the last episode. I called it that I thought her powers from seeing that first thing right before the mid-season finale where she put that little slice to keep the door from locking. I'm like, yo, she can make something that thin. She can make blades to cut shit, right? And yo, I called it last review. Y'all check and go back to that one, and I said it, and that's exactly what she was doing. She was sleeping, having this like nightmare, or just kind of remembering what was going on with Struckers, and like, yo, she was throwing these disc blades everywhere and chopping furniture and chopping off fans and chopping all these different things. And I was when she was doing that, I was like, yo, I knew it. I knew she could make a super thin and like cut shit down. So that's what she's doing. And I was, imagine she sliced up her parents when they ran in. Like, that would just be like horrible. And like, I don't know how to go on with season 2, but luckily she didn't. They come in there, they wake her up, and then she's like, you know, she, I guess because of the ruckus that caused, the landlord or whatever, he comes and he's knocking on, and he's like, yo, what's going on? What's this noise? And he was like, it's nothing, my daughter has seizures, sorry, you know, it won't happen again. And he was like, you sure? Is there anything else going on? And he was like, no, like, we're good, just leave us be. But I guess he gets kind of suspicious, whatever. But they go in and they talk to her, and he was like, yo, what's going on? You having the dreams or whatever? It's with Andy. She's like, no. And he was like, they're like, what is it? And she ain't trying to tell them. Why? Because she ain't trying to say that, you know, she's remembering or whatever of the past history or something going on with the von Struckers. You know, because, you know, that link. They're like, okay, let's be it. So then Jace, he's going in with the Purifiers, because he got an intel that, oh, there's gonna be like the fugitives maybe going into the homeless shelters or whatever. And then your boy Ted was like, yo, where you guys going? And he was like, yo, we're going to do this. And I heard you went to talk to Ryan without me. He was like, yeah, you were hurt. You had like a concussion. Just what you would kill. And he was like, no, that's my people's. I introduced you to them. He was like, all right, you know what? Okay, you're good. If you're good, come with us because we're gonna go on a raid. He was like, all right, we'll do this. So they go on a raid. They go into this place, and then they're asking questions. They got guns. People's like, yo, you need permits. And we're like, yo, we have permits for the guns, whatever, we can go. But then the two kids, I don't know why they gotta be so suspicious. So goes and starts bolting. And I'm like, yo, all you have to do is walk up slowly. Walk up slowly, maybe. Don't be looking eye contact so harsh or whatever. Cause like, yo, like, but you know what? That's what they're doing for the show. But in real life, like, yo, don't be so suspicious. So they go running, and then they go after him. Jace goes after him with Ted. Ted goes in there, and they go and capture these kids. They hold up the gun. They tell the kids to stop. They don't. So and then they're questioning the kid, the black kid with Jace. All right, just look here, my eye. And Jace is like, yo, why you running? Why you running? If you ain't doing nothing wrong, why you running? He was like, yo, you know how it is, man. My great grandfather didn't need any reason to be running from the clan, did he? He just ran. And he was like, yeah, but that's not what we're about. We're not about hate or whatever. We're just trying to, you know, the mutants that are doing bad. If you're doing good, nobody's gonna bother you. But you know this, and that's straight up false. That's straight up false. So you can already see that they're locking up mutants that don't do shit. Like just any mutant that they feel is dangerous, they just lock them up like they're animals or something. So you know, like that ain't necessarily true. You know, Jace, you're lying to yourself. And while he's talking to the kid, the other kid that's I guess being watched by Ted, all of a sudden he has like a shot. Jace runs in there and he's like, yo, what? He sees a kid on the ground bleeding out. He's like, what did you do? What did you do? And he's got his hand on him. He's like, call the ambulance. And then like the kid dies. And then he's like, yo, Ted, what's going on? You just explain to me what happened. And Ted's like, you know, the kid moved his hand and saw a little smoke thing. Like, you know, he's coming. He was like, yo, the kid, he was like, I see there was a chair. There's a bullet wound in the chair. Looks like the kid wasn't doing anything. He was like, yo, he got spooked. Basically, he got spooked. He thought the kid was doing something and he shot him. He shouldn't have been on the field. And then Jace realized he shouldn't have been on the field. He brought him out too early. You know, he got a door thrown on him, whatever. You know, so he's kind of, you know, he's not as hard as Jace. So he kind of took it really hard. You know, he's not recuperating right. So, you know, police has to come. Police comes up. Jace is like, he feels bad. He feels bad for Ted because, you know what? Ted brought him in. He's with the Purifiers. They're looking out for family. So he tells them that the kid actually he heard a struggle. He goes in, he sees he saw the kid with smoke or whatever. So Ted protected himself and shot the kid, and that was a lie. And it's gonna be eating him up. But he lied to protect Ted because he didn't want Ted going away for killing a kid, which the kid Ted did kill the kid without cause. So that goes. So and then you got Blink that asks Marcos, and Marcos like, yo, no. Blink's like, after Marcos asks Blink for help, because Marcos tells everybody about what's going on, about Lorna asking for help, and that there's something going down. So Blink is like, oh wait, now you want me to? First you accuse me of being on the other side, being a traitor, maybe doing something with Erg, and now you want me to ask them for help? And he was like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I didn't, I'm truly sorry. So she was like, there, Padawan, you're okay. But he goes, and they go down on the ground, then they go talking, and that's when Blink goes with Erg, and then Marcos stays back a little bit because the girl that he helped bring down there, the one that was in the psychiatric place, locked up for no reason, she was down there that got the mark. Then I could already see from the first episode right there that there was sort of like a chemistry connection, and she is a very attractive woman. She is, even with that mark, she could get it. But they go and they're about to kiss, but he doesn't. Why? Because he still feels something for Lorna. So he still feels something, and then Blink's talking to Erg. Erg is like, yo, I can't help you, but I do know someone that might be able to get you some information. So then that's what's going on with that. So meanwhile, what's going on? The police show up at, the von Strucker's apartment or whatever, right? And then they're like, yo, what's going on? How do these people do? Why are they here? And they go directly to their apartment because they could see him in the car rolling up. And then they went directly to their apartment. The father's like to stay in the room. And while he's in the room, the police coming out. He's trying to stall them. The mom's talking to the daughter. The mom's like, yo, do whatever you can. You just need this. We need to get out of this. And the daughter's like, all right, go out of there. I'm gonna do something. And then make them draw them away. And that's what she does. She goes. She makes these blades, whatever, like she was doing in her sleep, and then she cuts off like one of the telephone or one of those light poles. It lands on the car. She throws some more, and basically distracts them. So they run off, and luckily the mom's like, "Yo, there's mutants outside. What are you talking about doing right here when there's muties out there? You should be getting them." So then after the daughter did the whole destruction, they run out, not thinking about them because they think the mutant that they were talking about is out there. So they go. But the dad's like, yo, I told you not to use the power. And the mom's like, I told her to use it. No matter what, we have to get it out this. We got to, because he's worried that she might be going down the wrong path. Because after the whole Andy and her thing, she hasn't been the same. She's been training super hard and also been going into the passive instructors a lot. So he's kind of feeling a certain way about it. That being said, what's the last thing that happened? So you've got Marcos meets up with Lorna because Lorna actually went back to her base and tried to get some information out of these new people. Because these new people, she ain't feeling them. They killed a whole bunch of people, but she's trying to find out what the plan is. And the guy was like, yo, you know how I lasted so long doing what I do? I don't ask questions. And that's how you spot. And that sort of makes sense. That was like in Transporter. First rule is you don't ask questions, you just do the job. So she didn't get nothing out of it. But so she meets back up with Marcos, and they're going to talk, and Marcos is mad at her. She apologized. She truly apologized. She was like, this is all my fault. From the get-go, I shouldn't have gone with them, basically. And they start making out and making Aurora Borealis. That's what this light is around them. When you got magnetic field, and you got light, that's what makes a more Aurora Borealis. So then they're doing their thing. And then you've got the daughter, just after she got pissed off because she figured it out that the landlord had to say nothing. So she rolls up on him and is like, yo, why did they come directly to our thing? He was like, I don't know, maybe these people. So they were like, no, the people probably complaining, you went to the police. So, and then she starts threatening him. She makes a blades, chops up the table, makes a blades, chops up his TV, blades a blade. Like, yo, just leave the guy something. Like, she's chopping up his table, that TVs are expensive, too. You see this thing? Man, if she chopped my shit up, I'd be like, oh, hell to the nah. You ain't chopping my TV up with the LG and the smart TV and the remote. Hell no. No. Don't do that. But anyway, so she basically threatens his life. He stays. She's like, yo, if you do anything, if you say anything, you talk to anyone, I swear to God, you're going to be cut the F up. And that's when you see the darkness coming out of Lauren, because Lauren is just like, she's at that no chill moment. She's at that no chill level. She just don't care. She don't care. She's willing to do whatever she has to do. And I don't know who's getting worse, because Andy's going down this track. You can see he's getting a little angry or whatever. And you got Lauren, like, she's just embracing her bad side, because she said she felt it before when they closed hands. She felt good in the first season, or the end of the first season, the second season. So there's this dark side in her. So that's where it kind of ends. And then all the way at the end, you got the intel that the Erg got them. You got Marcos, aka Captain Lightbright, with Lorna, and they go they're on top of the roof. They see Riva meet up with the news guy Ryan, and they're handing information back and forth. And she was like, "Yo, what's going on here?" And I think that's what it is. He's not trying to help Jace because of the whole thing with because he wants the people to be upset, and then he's just using it for more publicity, I guess, or something like that. And also, Jace is in his room rolling. He sees on the TV that they're looked at as heroes because they think that the kid was a bad kid when he really wasn't. Then he gets a call from his girlfriend or from his wife, and he just starts breaking down because she's trying to make it work, because she thinks he's a hero now when he really knows that he lied. This innocent kid died, and it sort of, I guess, it reminds him of his daughter. So he's not, he says, he hangs up, sorry, I gotta go, and that's where it ends. So that's pretty much how the episode ends. Him feeling bad, and then finding out about Riva cohorting with Ryan. So that's pretty much where I reviewed it. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm very interested. Captain Lightbright, I liked him in this episode because they didn't push it. Like, he was useful, he was smart, and he he was definitely, I love when he shows that emotion because you could understand how he's feeling so pissed off, and like you could tell that he truly still loves her, because everyone's been in that situation where you're with someone that just, they're not good for you, but that you still can't help but love him, and that's what that is. So that's pretty much my review for this episode. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode like I did, and look forward to the next one. Remember to put those notifications on once again, like the video, subscribe, check out my last review, and remember to check out the playlist of reviews. Remember, I'm Wes Grant. You can watch What's Up, Urban Nerd. You've just been notified. Catch you guys on the next review.